Oi, you then! If you're fit to fight, give us a hand. Right, lend us your aid. We're all dead.
Done.
You've a strong arm. The goblins are well routed. You have my... It was a simple patrol mission till we walked into their amp. I don't know where we'd be if you hadn't come along. I pray you'll let me repay the favour, if there's a
Would you mind coming over here?
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it? This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Over here, if you please.
to charge ahead.
We've got goblins!
We have no means. Of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Forgive me for being a burden. Would you mind coming over here?
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
You have my protection.
One of us is too friends.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Follow me, if you would. Such a magnificent tapestry of stars.
Right you are.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
Lanterns!
We have no means of exploiting our enemies. We've a choice of where to go, but how to know the path best travelled? Let us trust in ourselves and proceed with caution.
I shall remain by your side.
Hang in there, Master! I'm coming to assist!
Over here, if you please.
Tis a fair reward. We cannot complain. Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Don't feel safe here.
Oh, you've come to a dangerous place. Scaly beasts make this their den. A small force ventured inside. Though I've seen neither hide nor... I'll not stop you if you wish to explore. But don't look for my aid if aught goes awry.
Pray, follow me. We're here, Master.
Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow and mind the ceiling. Remain alert, and naught shall catch us by surprise.
Fine. There's a haze over my eyes. Can anyone hear me? We need help. I don't want to fall here. God, damn blizzard. Is this where I'm to draw my last? Sonnet!
I grant you fire and blaze! Use it well!
Focus your strength, Arisen! Well done!
I am in your debt, sir.
Would you mind coming over here? I see our goal has changed. I would not presume to direct our course, but do let me know if you require a guide.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
You're not one of ours. Forgive me. I cannot seem to walk of my own accord. Would you aid me in reaching the entrance?
I'll go and open the chest.
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master. If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you. Trounced our foe, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Ah, 'twould seem we've rediscovered an old haunt by a new entrance. How very curious. I wonder what other secrets this place holds.
where we can find our strength.
I'm safe. Thank you. Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots. Ah, yes. That sounds familiar. An astounding discovery. Most impressive. Such a thing escaped my master's notice entirely.
You went in there to save my fellow soldiers. I underestimated you, friend. I shall send word of you've done well this day. I thank you.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here? This might contain useful information.
Let's have a look then.
Welcome to... And quality is what you need if you want to survive. So, before you check the price, just remember, mine's a hope to see you again.
I cannot wait to... this new equipment to use. Let us use it well, that it might prove a worthy investment.
Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Hope to see you again.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Say, have you been to... Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man... I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day, as if that wasn't queer enough. I cannot fathom his obsession.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you?
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the...
We must rest. Though the... I return safe and sound. And I dare say wiser for my travels. Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Greetings. Welcome. Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Do come again.
The room's at your left. Can't help but see a turncoat in every place. The room's at your left.
Sure what to do. Always hope that
I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
some call it cultured, I call it dull.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
How are we to get through this door?
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering item.
At least I go knowing I fought to the best.
Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust.
It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
goblins, Master!
I suppose I'll handle this.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a minute.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin hits the world, as they say. It was most effective.
So what? Do try not to catch cold.
Stumbles. Just one more push ought to bring it down. Down.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Fortune favors us, it would seem.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
We ought to take a closer look.
There, Master! A hobgoblin!
I shan't let them harm you. Look there. I espy another statue.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs.
Really pushing your luck. Wasn't looking for a fight, but I can take ye. Think you stand a chance? You're dead wrong.
Protect the shipment! Shield yourself! Knock the fiends down! Don't let them touch the shipment!
How did this happen? We must defend the cargo.
Let my magics grant you an elemental freedom. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait a moment.
As planned!
Here we are.
'Tis done.
Well said.
I thank you for coming to our aid. That was a tight spot you saved us from. And what luck! Nary a scratch!
Now to report to Captain Brandt. Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
right where I need them, Richard. Don't let up.
We are at our best when we combine our strength. Pray, allow me to open yon... chest.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Over here, if you please.
Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself.
The one we seek isn't here. Perchance we've come at the wrong time.
The current hour ill suits our progress. Let us visit an inn or make camp, and set out again later.
Welcome to this. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Always a pleasure.
There's our quarry now. Seems we were in the right place after all.
By your leave.
Ought to head home before I get an earful.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment? You will want to hear. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray. There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim, you've done a fine job culling those monsters, Your Majesty. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope of, should you continue to display such valor, the day will soon come when it slips my mind. Pray.
And with that, our task is done.
Indeed. You've culled more than your fair share of monsters. I expect tales of your valor will see.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deez's misdeeds. I hesitate. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now. Would that I could undertake the task myself. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back anytime.
Lots to do.
Someone is looking this way. Is there aught about me that caught their eye?
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about. I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a...
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
Welcome to Bjorn, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So if we hope to see you again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application.
The goblins. I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know someone taught them a lesson at least.
Welcome to Bjorn, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, hope to see you again. Welcome to Bjorn's armor, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Just about had my fill of this ruckus.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, gather round! Treat your... Aye, got some coin to spare you? How much appreciated? Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soak. Throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his worth, awoke one fell morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he started, out the front door he leapt, to behold what had approached a night as he slept. 'Twas a mysterious figure, but be it friend or foe, on shaking legs did he approach, the better to know. Yet he did not get near, for afore him stretched the sea. The figure was striding through waters up to the knee. This realization explained the bizarre. What had appeared close was being seen from afar. For truly, the figure was mammoth in size, tall enough to be blinded by the clouds in the skies. One thing was certain, should it walk upon land, no city, no mountain would outlast its hand. So he challenged its ingress with voice loudly drawn. and in an instant, the giant was gone. Aye, in the face of his valour, the gigantus did pale. But who among you can name the hero of our tale? 'Twas none other than Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Have faith and just shout the wail.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. This really is now. Listen close, and your focus apply to this tale of a giant who touches the sky. Our hero, oft forgotten by history in spite of his word, awoke one pale morning to rumbling earth. In a panic he and in an instant, the giant was gone.
Well met. Go on, have a look. Seems my feet.
Isn't much to go on. I don't know what to do.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
What to do? What to do? I have no mother or father. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you. The problem is, do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty... Oh, well, thanks for hearing me out anyhow.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
That's quite enough!
Can't make a living if I get myself injured.
What should I do?
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Maybe I'll keep right here. Dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
What should I do?
What?
Naught to look forward to, but a long day of work.
I can but trust my spirit to guide me.
The hours seem to fly when I'm
Mayhap I ought to ask around town. Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look. You've come. Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to... Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in...
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be beat. And ours for a full week at no charge. What a steal.
I quite agree.
say the Sovereign was... and yet he draws breath. I do hope His Majesty shall recover.
Shall we make for Vernworth Palace? We have reached our destination.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right.
You are the... Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards... By you, I will be forced to play my part.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. It wouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? Aye, Disa is my mother. Pray, it was never my intent to deceive you. I simply feared that if I spoke the truth, none would wish to involve themselves with me. That is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear that we are alive. My word, you mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign... Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent King Sven appears to be missing from his chest.
Me? No.
Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest. But I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity. Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
What's this? Come to admire my... Oh, to think if only my collection were complete. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned, and 'twould wound my pride. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, the man's home is located in Bakbatar.
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Not at the expense of my duty.
I'm just grateful I get to leave. Well met, sir.
Greetings, Your Majesty. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen... How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Disa's schemes run deep. To think, Disa's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Disa's focus, we may be able to gain a more useful... You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in...
What could the Queen Regent be plotting?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits and our laws dictate that your Majesty, thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, what say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee, be cautious should you be discovered.
I'm not sure what's best.
Fire upon you! Ought to head home, or I get an earful.
Fancy a look at my wares? This really is fine.
The goblins, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know. Someone taught them a lesson at least.
Our It seems I've collected it.
The goblins, I hope you can reclaim aught from the fiends. 'Twould bring me peace of mind to know some. Someone taught them a lesson at least.
Fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are... Aha! Then we are presented with three options. Either the law of or, Jesus arisen is false. Have you proof that you... Ah, they say the arisen's breast by that mark. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alp, he went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent... And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar. Where... I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be? Escape? Here? I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old, and I need not turn my ear to that said. If you know of a place with a mound, tell me. Does that... I suspected as much. Then we are...
Good to see you, Master.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Twas a fine adventure we shared.
Are you fit to travel? Then let's not. A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spores can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands. How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness and... Long our number.
What should I do?
The wind blow my fur every which way.
Arms, arms for the poor. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May... Hold on a moment, sir. You see, one of the children we care for here, Malcolm his name is. This building's very old. Might I impose on you to...
Might I propose we seek out new information? I quite agree.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox cart on the highway.
Don't think your one found its way inside the car. You could say 'twas an ill twist of fortune.
Is it true? Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting, just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The fellow Drake ought to, and I reckon you'll learn.
I heard a rumor that this land was once a kingdom of beastrons.
Truly?
Quite. Though no definitive records remain.
Malcolm. All he's don't know why he bothered.
Suppose you're all right.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming. But ox carts don't run so late at night. Was it a phantom then? I shudder to think.
I only work when I fancy, but I get by.
Might not seem...
Good day, sir.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those...
We'd best report back.
Wickedness had no thought.
I never should have come here.
No one's coming to my rescue.
Vaults, you say? By mine? Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? And perhaps... Come, I fear there's... Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to... Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. Let us make haste.
I can scarcely see a thing in the smoke.
If we had to break it, it shan't be from this side.
Really? Now?
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can...
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. Books, sir. Books, books, and...
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind, lest we get separated. Right you are. My magic imbue your weapon with the fury.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
It is quite a find indeed. Is this some... Why, I've never seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. Might I ask that you not share the We cannot allow the knowledge. We ought to entrust its care to someone worth... As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else.
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come... Let's investigate this place's secret...
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream. You have my support.
It's you again. What are you doing now?
Now here's a surprise. A splendid discovery.
I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
What now?
I've no desire to live this way any longer.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
I am grateful to you, Arisen.
What should I do?
so well every day.
Even I know when to shut my trap. With that, I could spend all day.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Well, oh, to think's guide me outside, then. If you can deliver... Come along. Come along. Come along.
Greetings, Master.
Aye, this should be far enough. If you truly are arisen, words may be wind, but there's naught else I can... Mayhap the knowledge I've got.
curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
I'm not agreeing to this.
Unbelievable.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Dr. Focus. My head will blow.
As long as I have my health, I shan't complain.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for... It appears night has fallen while we slept. Shall we check our packs and be off?
Shall we get underway?
I'm in fine.
No one's coming to my rescue.
This place always puts me at ease. Right, door's locked. That should do it.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of... The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with... Yet e'er since he came here...
I understand how you must feel. But you must see, there is no medicine that can heal him outright. I am caring for him as best. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery.
Home, you...
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But...
I will look after him.
Just be sure you mind your manners.
"'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside.
Tad rowdy.
I end up feeling weird even after a day of rest. Interested in my wares?
A hard day's work.
If only Kit's begun.
Them nobles do nothing but guzzle sweet links and
Milton's
eggs.
here.
Go on, have a look. I pity those content to live in.
I swear I've never slept better.
Dum, da.
I always brought a short straw. Interested in my wares? Wonder if there's any easy work.
My bed is, and I shan't resist.
Good day, sir.
You don't need a permit to get into Batal.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
This place gives me an ill feeling.
Tomorrow will be noted.
Really
I
now?
don't know what to do.
What did I do to deserve this? Minute now. Always set me to think.
Was that a good spend?
Lots to do. Well, time. Smart that's acting up today.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty. I bear word from Regent Ken Spen, your majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regents, from the pains he took to remain on scene. 'Tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from... That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. I shall ensure that the door to the minister...
We have been entrusted...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. Since Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered, mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray.
Outstanding.
We have achieved our objective.
'Tis vital that we rest and regain our strength before moving on.
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Welcome to Pure, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember... Hope to see you again.
treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Welcome to Pure, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So if you check the price, just remember. Misers die. Hope to see you again.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use. Let us use it well, that it might prove a worthy investment.
You!
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Come on, have a look.
What a waste.
Our soldiers need better training.
Do you know how long you'll...
You are the Arisen. Follow me.
There's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
It is best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you?
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere.
Business could be so pressing that I must be summoned at this late hour.
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, It must be a highly sensitive matter for the
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my...
My lord, if someone...
Oh, unring your... As if anyone in this palace would dare say now. If Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get...
Oi! Who goes there?
Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, my lady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Ah, understood, my lady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. But still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the...
Barely lift their swords.
As quiet as a milk.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign.
is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal. Let me see. It reads, "Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent, though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund. I fear such a partnership would only portend, at any rate, to seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot, and ere it slips my mind, pray.
Phases. No.
As a reward for your majesty, you will of course require raiment befitting of the occasion.
Shall we get some rest then? Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
Ready to forge on?
What should I do?
Can't remember the last time my pockets jingled. It's been a long day. Oi! Who's there?
Well met. This here, I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Keep those orders coming. This fearsome world...
Oh, well met, sir.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their cost.
Gather round. Treat your ears to it. Aye, got some. Much appreciated. Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as, answer my riddle, did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made. And who the asker? Why, the beast! An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as, answer my riddle, did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed to stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Living hard, something fun to do.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone. For every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
Washing all my troubles clean away these days.
Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale.
I'll go and open the chest. Overwhelming. That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
I go. And this is the only place I can find it.